Bull or bear? I'm rolling the Howard Ruff coin, and she hits the computer and comes up a bull. And by the way, if you're not familiar with Howard Ruff, definitely Google that name because he is a very interesting character from past times and talked a lot about what we talk about today. What a beautiful evening out here in South Florida. This is the live Fort Lauderdale cam. I guess they're calling it the live spring break cam, but doesn't look like much of a spring break down there to me. A couple of folks out there enjoying their evening, walking along the beach. And again, the ocean that I love so much here, the East Coast. Facing that way is the Bahamas, the chain of Bahama Islands. There's south. You can see my little cursor pointing that way. And the camera's heading in the north direction. I'm probably about, I don't know, about 2 miles north of directly from this camera right here in the town of Lauderdale by the Sea. And again, this is the live cam. Very cool right now and a beautiful evening. I'm looking at the exact same sky right here, oddly enough, just from a couple miles north of this location, and it's just absolutely beautiful out there. And oh, there you go. There's a, it looks like a container ship or one of the larger cargo vessels sitting out there right now. I don't think it's a fishing vessel. Port Everglades is a little bit south of here and to the right, and that's usually what they do. They anchor out here and wait to get into the port or be led into the port. Meanwhile, I'm not here to discuss South Florida landscapes and South Florida navigation or stuff about the water. So let's get into what I'm here to talk about. And of course, I always like to do my quote of the day. And the quote of the day today is the first wealth is health, because without your health, you can't enjoy your wealth. And this is absolutely true. And if you're sitting there working your ass off and not out there enjoying the fruits of your labor somehow and making sure that you preserve the fruits of your labor, that's why we talk about gold, silver, investing in gold, silver, and platinum, then really, what are you doing, really? So I'm not sure if Ralph Waldo Emerson really said this, but I would have to agree with this. The first wealth is health, for sure. Meanwhile, let's take a look at prices today. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do a quick update here. And we bounced off that $2,000 level today. We did break the $2,000 level. Did not close in New York, I don't think. Well, there's the world market prices right there. But we were kind of, again, bounced into the 2,000, the psychological level. Did not close in New York above 2,000. Did not close in the world markets above 2,000 either. Oh, hold on. No, it did not. 1994.65. But again, in the world markets after New York was closed, it did bounce up above that 2,000 mark right here. $2,003. And currently not quite there. Silver still holding out above that $23 mark, and platinum at $987.54. Folks, these prices to me are just still, I've always said it for a long time, $2,000 silver is cheap. $23 silver is still cheap. Platinum below $1,000 is just super cheap. If you're still out there stacking, keep stacking even at these prices. I mean, we could see some pullbacks from here, and likely we will, but they won't last long. I think we're set to see the next level in gold and silver. And, primarily gold, but silver, man, silver's like, a mainspring on a clock that you keep winding and winding, and at some point that this market is so broken, it's like a mainspring that is just so wound up, and they keep torquing this mainspring, and they keep torquing this mainspring, and all of a sudden it just freaking lets loose. If anyone's ever seen a mainspring in a watch let loose, it's pretty interesting. It happens in two different ways. Your hands on your watch start spinning at 3,000 miles per hour until the spring unwinds, or the thing just pops out the back. Either way, boy, what a weird way to look at it. That to me, that's what's going to happen with silver at some point. We're gonna have an oh shit moment with silver. We've seen it almost a few times before, but the big commercials have capped it. Meanwhile, take advantage of these low spot prices, and premiums are starting to go up as well on other products, including even the generic products that I really like in silver. You can watch last night's video. I talk about what the best deals are and what the best deals are not. I also talked about you should trade your silver eagles 90% in right now and trade them in for silver bars and rounds, because you can put more silver in your pocket versus, well anyways, better deal. Showed you how to make some money last night, and if you want, watch last night's video, how to find out what I was talking about. Let's get out of spot prices here, and I want to make it fairly short. I got to tell you, I just love this picture. These are the people running this country, folks, and it's pretty obvious that Yellen made some comments this weekend that made people really question whether she knows what the hell she's doing and whether she has any inkling or clue what's going on out there in the banking system. And apparently she does not. Maybe she's got a lot in common with this guy right here, some ways, as far as mental capacity at the moment. But no less, folks, the banks are in trouble. That's exactly what we're seeing out there in the, and that's actually bodes well for gold, because a lot of people, when they're looking for a place to put their money, they're going to put their money in gold because they know that gold's been around for 5,000 years. Even people that don't know a lot about gold and aren't typically gold investors are going to start looking for safe places to store their money. When they start to see institutional failures, when they start to see failures in the money system and the currency system, and that is where gold and silver shines. But no less, some bad shit happening out there in the banking system. A lot of bad stuff just happening overall, which really means good things for the price of gold. And wherever gold goes, silver follows. Why didn't I say bad things are good for the price of silver? Well, because bad stuff happens to silver. Silver doesn't react to bad stuff. Silver has bad things happening. What are those bad things? Again, the crooked marketplace that is the silver COMEX markets, where silver is kept down to such a ridiculously low price by large contracts out there, and them capping the silver price, the big commercials. But I talk about that all the time. Gold is probably more organic in nature when it comes to supply and demand issues, because when times are tough worldwide, central bankers, mostly central bankers are large buyers, but entities, large entities out there start looking to buy gold. They don't want to sit on currency or money which is losing value. They don't want to sit in real, especially in tough times, and that's what we're kind of seeing happen right now. And silver, not so much. Again, silver is just, but the nice thing about gold going up substantially is that silver will follow. This is what I've been telling people for quite some time, is wherever gold goes, silver will ultimately follow. But I still think silver's too cheap by at least half the price. I mean, silver should be at least $50 an ounce at least. But I think we're in a reset time with gold. I think gold's next level is going to be $2,000 plus, and we're going to see that $2,000 to $2,500 range. But again, I think the days of $1,000 gold, $1,200 gold, $1,500 gold, I don't think we'll ever see them again. And people that say, well, you're crazy, we're going to see it'll go back to 1,200. No, I could say the same thing to people that said the same thing when I was talking about $1,200 and $1,500 gold being the new norm. I said, you'll never see $500 gold. You'll never see that gold level again. And we never did, all right? We never did see a sub $1,000 gold. So again, I think we're making into new levels with the price of gold. Silver will play catch up, and silver will eventually. That market's so broken that something will happen, and we'll have no shit morning again with the price of silver. It'll have to do with fundamentals catching up with that crooked market. But boy, I'm going down so many rabbit holes here, it's not even funny. And things that we've discussed over and over. That's true as well. It's got so many good headlines, but so many, oh my gosh, really? All right, let me get out of here because I did want to make this short. One of the reasons you want to own gold, silver, and platinum, because if you took this chart right here, and this is the last 10 years. Is this a 10-year chart? Hang on, let me just take a look. This is the last 10 years. This is the max chart. 10 years, take a look at that. And this was the recession during the Critter 19 period when everything kind of fell apart. After that, the economy just took a complete crap. But what I'm curious about is 2008. Where's 2008? Right about here. 2002, 2008. I should probably tighten up that little market, but I think 2008 things are really starting to accelerate here. It's hard to see the way this chart is set up here. Hang on one second. Let's just go to, that takes us to, give me one sec. I'm going to go a little bit before 2008 and take a look at this chart. And I'm sorry, I don't hope I'm not boring you with this. Let's just go to 2000 and then January, and we're going to go to date right here. Well, there you go. There's the 2008 financial crisis. Well, not really. Things have just been accelerating downward pretty fast prior to 2008. But wow, when you take a look at after 2020 and the injection of money into the federal fund, or the injections of money that the government made, and the amount of money that the government printed, and the amount of QE that the Fed put forth. I mean, it's just so evident in these charts that we look at right here. And it's pretty sad. Again, this is the purchasing power of the dollar that we hold in our pocket. But like I said, if you lay this chart next to a gold chart, you'll see it would be like if we inverted this line right here. It'd be just the opposite. Watch my cursor right there. As you see, it would go up like that. And again, that's why gold and silver is all about wealth preservation. Boy, blah, 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 Brian. Hey, quick thing I want to talk about quickly. A lot of people ask me, Brian, I'm not quite sure, I'm new in this. Should I buy gold or should I buy silver? Which is a better deal for me? And it's a question that I really can never answer. It really has a lot to do with what you're, what you like best, really. And that's the research that you should be doing out there, not asking me what I like better. But I think the pros and cons, the pros are that, for example, 1 ounce of gold is easier to store than, or $2,000 worth of gold is easier to store than $2,000 worth of silver. Now that's not necessarily true. $2,000 worth of silver, it looks like a 100-ounce bar versus 1 coin. So if I could pull up a picture, I would show you that. But imagine. Hang on one second. The current ratio is around 88 to 1, 87 to 1 with gold and silver. Imagine 80 of these stacked up versus 1 of these. So that's basically the advantage, is that there's a little bit easier to store and carry gold. What is the advantage of silver? Well, I think one of the big advantages of silver out there is the fact that gold has hit its all-time high already, 3 times, 1980, 2011, 12, and again in 2020 or thereabouts, where silver has only hit its all-time high twice, 1980 and again in 2011, 2012. I also believe that silver is really undervalued for, again, manipulative reasons, which makes it even a better buy in my opinion. I also feel that I think, speculative on my part, that we're more likely to see the price of silver double at some point and just kind of stay in that area. Silver will be at $50 per ounce. I think we're more likely to see in the short term, medium term, a double up in silver, silver being in the, again, $50 mark versus gold being in the $4,000 area. But again, that is just my opinion. So I think silver has a bigger return on the short and medium term than gold. But again, I like both metals for many reasons. Silver is easy to get disappointed in just because of the sheer manipulation that we see in that market. But at some point, it's going to go away. We're going to have our oh shit in the moment in the morning with silver, and we'll be sailing to that $50 area or past it more than likely. I think I tend to be a bit conservative in this level. All right, well, let me, when it comes to silver, I should say, let me talk about last night's video. Marcelo called it fiat currency failure. I was going to call it trade your silver eagles because, in your 90% silver, because you can get a great deal on your 90. You get a big premium on your 90 eagles, which you could turn into more silver in your pocket. And again, I discussed that in last night's video. But Marcelo liked the fiat currency failure, so again, I said, hey, Marcelo, you name it tonight. We take turns naming these videos, by the way. Let me see if there's any questions here I can answer from last night. I'd like to thank all you viewers, Donald, Jason, Wilfred, Philip Stanton. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again, and definitely tell your Uncle Paul I said hello. And, I got some cool coins there for sure. K-Town Daddy says, number one reason I came back to see one of these videos last week, this man makes a statement. I was taught by an old man I met 30 years ago. Keep your money local. Yeah, well, I agree with that. And in fact, it's a comment that I haven't talk, it's something I haven't said a lot. In my first couple years of videos, I said keep it local, keep it local. And I almost said that in every video like clockwork, but I haven't been saying as much lately. But yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I'm going to say it tonight again, keep that money local. Hated Walmart forever. They sent $600 billion over 30 years. Yeah, I do kind of think that the globalization and the Walmarts and that, outsourcing that kind of work out to other countries was a mixed blessing. It outsourced a lot of work and a lot of money to another country that could have been stayed in this country. However, Americans did benefit from cheaper products to some degree. I mean, if you think about it. So I don't know which is the lesser evil. Paying more because it's made here and we can't compete on a level. And that was a problem we had. We couldn't compete with the Chinese and a lot of the Asian people Asian continent on manufacturing and producing things at cheap levels. But that's changing right now. At some point, I think that we will be able to produce stuff in this country much cheaper, and it'll probably be done by automation, I'm sure. But I digress here. Thanks for commenting, K-Town Daddy. Michael Matthews says they raised interest rates again. How many points has it gone up in the past 3 years? Pretty soon you won't be able to pay back the debt you owe. Yeah, well, if you got a mortgage, man, and you got a mortgage at these levels, man, that equals to big bucks and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to hurt the. I think one of the things that we've seen issues with is the commercial real estate business. I think we're going to see more problems with the commercial real estate business coming up here. And a lot of the regional banks, too, I'm told, have heavy loans in the commercial bank industry. I'm kind of digressing what I use, my expertise is not in the commercial bank industry, what's going to happen. But I think just a lot of negative things going on out there that aren't going to be helpful. And again, higher interest rates are definitely going to hurt home sales for sure. And home prices. Jeff Keller says, garbage in, garbage out. My father used to call it GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. Thanks for the videos. Thanks for the kind comments, Jeff. Appreciate that. Wildcat says QFS. I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a little dense like that sometimes. But I'm sure I'll look it up here. Thanks for commenting. Mike's Big Epiphany says, when dealers say you want to buy silver eagles, I start buying more than regardless of the premium. Mike, you got to watch my video. I don't want to buy your silver eagles. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't. What I do is I don't sell silver eagles to my customers. They're overpriced, man. I tell people, anybody that knows me in the last 3 years of my videos knows that if you come into my store and you want to buy silver eagles, we try to talk you out of it because the premiums are just plain stupid. All right. What I'm trying to get people to do, what I was advising people to do, not for my own sake, and I do make money on it, but mostly is that you can trade your silver eagles in your 90% right now and buy silver bars and put more silver in your pocket versus that premium, which, when silver gets to a certain point and starts taking off, you ain't going to get that premium back, I don't think. And I seen it in the past. I seen when silver skyrocketed once before in the 1980s. Premiums just disappeared. And same thing in 2011-12 when silver was at its apex. Premiums just disappeared. And usually you want to sell at the apex. So, why hang on to a premium that you're not going to get? Thanks for watching, Mike. Appreciate that. Welco Services, what's up? You be well as well. Mike, there you are. America's turn. Marxist, socialist, and progressive. Yeah. And forgive me, but that is true. Would a chain grocery store talk about? No, they wouldn't. And Boomer, thanks for watching. I think you got exactly what I was talking about. There are some smaller merchants out there that'll accept silver. I remember in 1980, some gas stations and some small merchants were accepting 90% silver in payment for services and gasoline. So that was kind of cool. I remember a gasoline place down the street from my father's store that was offering to take silver coins for trade for gasoline. So yeah, absolutely. A thumbs up for you, dude. Outstanding SG, thumbs up for you. Christopher McCormick, what's going on? It's preferred to have it. She said, I wish I was going to make it. Oh yeah, my man crush there, Ted Butler. Yep. Guy Foot says you really hit the nail on the hood. Hey Guy, nice to see you commenting. They didn't have to worry about thing giving lousy. Yeah, they spend it on dinner for sure. Angelo Mesmer, thank you, appreciate that. Christy Easley says, yeah, we haven't had free market capitalism in 50 years. It's been a form of crony capitalism. I've talked about this in the past in a few videos. But the United States government is really
crony corporatism, crony capitalism, which means that you make a lot of money, a fortune, based on who you know and who likes you, and you can lose a lot of money based on who doesn't like you. It's not based on free market. Obviously, we know that in the silver market, free market enterprises or organic economic things like, again, free market, supply and demand factors, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, Christy. Appreciate your comments. Christina Napolitano, appreciate that. Well done. Thank you. U.S. biggest assets is the citizen labor tax and the labor. Yeah, but the boomers, the biggest workers out there, are retiring or they're disappearing. There's nobody picking up the slack there. So the idea that there's going to be more taxes coming in is kind of ludicrous, right? You know, yet they want to increase spending because they think increased government spending increases the benefit to the economy. Where the F do they get these people? Silver Nova says, sounds like a good deal, but as you got it the past 2 years, they went up losing. Yeah, Silver Eagles, yeah, I mean, again, my suggestion is sell them right now, man. You get a great premium for them, and you can go back and buy more silver with that. More silver than you went in with. Tim Gibson says you need to watch, yeah, I did. That's sad. I mean, the whole thing is sad. I mean, what was sad? That's sad right there. Even sadder was this picture down here, and where did it go? There you go. That's even sadder right there. But no, I know what you're saying. Prepped up, stacked off the grid. Great to you, Bojo. Nice to see you coming as well. Silverliner, what's up, dude? Appreciate that. CBDC's Ted, I almost said Ted Nugent. Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz just came out against CBDCs, says he wants to introduce a bill banning CBDCs. And is Congressman, or I don't even know what the hell that dude is. I never liked the guy anyway, but Linda Compton says, thank you as usual for good advice. Thank you, Linda. Matt Maz, what's going on? Rick, yeah, I put a date next to my quote. I know, pat myself on the back here. One day I'll be famous. Rick, $10 from AppMix for 2. A good deal there. Not a bad deal there, Rick. Appreciate that. But still, I'd still like to see you buy local instead of buying online. Keep that money local if you can. But if not, that's still a good deal. If your local dealer can't meet or beat that price like we do here in South Florida, then yeah, that's a good deal. Silas, yeah, I know you are a junkie when it comes to silver, and there's nothing wrong with stacking more silver. But again, I'd stay away from 90% in Silver Eagles for sure. Anna Pike, Metals Back Punk Monastery. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Please elaborate there. Rob F is number 1. Hey, listen, folks, thanks for watching these videos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and the share button and all those buttons right there that you can. You don't have to hit that thanks button. I don't even believe, really, there's a thanks button down there that gives me money? Who the hell's getting that? I'm not. All right, well, that's it, man. Hey, listen, if you don't find me on this particular forum right here, I'm circling it right now. You can find me here. Why wouldn't you find me over there? Well, maybe I said something stupid, which is always a possibility in that particular realm right here in YT world. But again, we back up everything here. You can find me over here. And I also noticed that all of a sudden we get more subscribers and there's more viewers and a lot more people using this format. It's a pretty cool format. I like it, actually. There's a lot of things you can watch out here that the YT channel will not allow us to say or watch. But meanwhile, you can find me there if you don't catch me here. And well, that sounds weird. Also, you can catch me on Twitter under my name, Brian Kuzmar, at briankuzmar.com. You can ask me questions out here. Appreciate the folks that have so far. I've gone from having a couple of followers to 44 followers now. Woohoo! Oh, boy. But again, I'm kind of new to this. I'm not always out here every minute. I check it like once a day now. Before I used to check it every couple months, but now I check it once a day here. So catch me some questions out here. I'm happy to answer it. And again, there's my name, or as we would say in the CB days. Some of you probably say, what the frick is a CB day? The CB days. There's my handle, Brian Kuzmar. CBs. God, I can't imagine. God, how many of you out there had CBs? Let me know in the comment section. I still think I remember my CB. I do. Calc 1796. KALC 1796. Do you believe I still remember my CB when you had to have a license for that crap? Wow, that goes back 40 or 50 years ago. Hopefully no one can use that number. So, hey, that's it, man. One of the things I've been saying, if you live in South Florida, you need to visit me at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. We're a brick and mortar store that sells gold, silver, and platinum. We also buy coins and other cool stuff as well, and sell. And we're local here. We, keep that money local. We hire local people. It's a local business, and we keep our, I spend my money at the local places down here. So if you live in South Florida, we're the place you want to see here at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Whether you're buying $1 worth of gold, silver, and platinum, or millions of dollars worth, we can help you out. If you don't live in South Florida and you can't visit us here at our brick and mortar, we don't have a website, folks. This is my website, but it's more of informational how to get a hold of us and come to our store. We don't sell anything on our website, nor do I ever intend to. That's a whole different business format that I don't want to be familiar with, and it's not my expertise. However, if you don't live in South Florida and you want to buy more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver, I can help you here in South Florida, no matter where you live in the country, through the old-fashioned methods of bank wires and traditional forms of secure shipping. Again, if you live in South Florida and you're looking for gold, silver, and platinum products, I advertise to beat the locals down here, including Atmex, SD, and JM Bullion online. If you don't live in South Florida and you're buying more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver, you can call me too. I can have it shipped to your door and probably beat your local guys and the Atmex, SD, and JM as well. And if you're not buying that much, again, highly recommend, always a great idea, shop local if you can, folks. Find yourself a good local business. And there goes my automatic vacuum cleaner starting up all by itself. It's not a Roomba. What the heck is that thing? All right, I'm going to let you go. That's it. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.